Men, when wives cheat, they don't just hide the man, they hide the evidence. And the shocking part is, they often hide it right under your nose. They use sophisticated psychological tricks, taking advantage of your trust, your respect for their privacy, and the places you never think to look. Today, I'll show you 7 places a cheating wife hides evidence in plain sight. These aren't random spots discovered by accident. They're calculated hiding places that exploit your assumptions, your blind spots, and your natural tendency to trust your partner. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button right now and comment below if you've ever found something hidden in one of these places. Your experience could help another man recognize what's happening before it destroys his life. Place 1. Inside her purse or makeup bag. Her purse is sacred territory that most husbands never think to examine thoroughly. She knows you respect her privacy and won't go through her personal belongings without permission, making it the perfect hiding spot for incriminating evidence. Hotel key cards from weekend getaways you knew nothing about, restaurant receipts from romantic dinners with another man, business cards with phone numbers and intimate messages written on the back, jewelry from her affair partner, or even burner phones can all disappear into the depths of her purse. It's portable evidence storage that travels with her everywhere she goes. The beauty of this hiding spot is that even if you accidentally see something suspicious, she can quickly explain it away. "Oh, that's just from a work meeting," or "My friend asked me to hold that for her." The purse provides both concealment and plausible deniability. Makeup bags are even more effective hiding spots because they're filled with items you'd never touch, examine closely, or understand the purpose of. Small gifts like jewelry, love notes folded tiny, inappropriate items, or even birth control pills she's hiding from you can disappear among lipsticks, compact mirrors, and beauty tools. Place 2. In her car becomes a mobile evidence vault that moves with her daily routine, providing storage that's both accessible to her and completely private from you. This mobile hiding system is particularly effective because most husbands respect their wife's automotive space. The glove compartment becomes a treasure trove of incriminating evidence. Receipts from romantic dinners at expensive restaurants, parking stubs from hotels, business cards from men you've never heard of, or even love letters that need to be kept accessible but hidden from home. Under the seats, she strategically stashes items she absolutely cannot bring into the house. Gifts from her affair partner, clothing purchased for special occasions with him, personal items that would be impossible to explain, or shopping bags from stores you'd recognize and question. The trunk serves as storage for larger evidence that needs to be completely concealed. Overnight bags packed for secret weekend trips, flowers that died before she could figure out how to explain them, gifts that are too expensive or personal to bring inside, or clothing that would raise immediate questions. Car door pockets become repositories for small but significant items. Business cards, folded notes, jewelry, or anything that needs to be quickly accessible but immediately concealable. Even the visor can hide photos, letters, or documents that would be catastrophic if discovered at home. Place 3. In the closet or drawers, evidence gets strategically buried throughout her personal storage spaces, hidden among legitimate belongings in ways that make discovery unlikely, and explanation easy if something is accidentally found. Her closet becomes a complex hiding system where evidence gets tucked deep into shoeboxes, hidden behind old handbags in the back corners, buried in clothing piles that look disorganized but are actually carefully arranged, or stored in garment bags you never check. Dresser drawers, particularly underwear drawers, become prime hiding spots because most respectful husbands won't dig through their wife's intimate belongings without permission or serious suspicion. New lingerie purchased for someone else, jewelry from her affair partner, love notes, or photographs can disappear among everyday items you'd never examine closely. Shoeboxes throughout the closet store much more than footwear. They become perfect containers for letters, photos, gifts, hotel key cards, or anything that needs to stay concealed but remain accessible when needed. The mess and clutter becomes camouflage for deliberate strategic hiding. Her jewelry box develops secret compartments or hidden areas where new pieces from her lover get mixed among familiar items you wouldn't notice unless you studied her collection carefully. Expensive gifts hide among costume jewelry, or meaningful pieces get stored in sections you never examine. Coat pockets become temporary storage during colder months. Business cards, notes, small gifts, or anything that needs to be quickly concealed and later retrieved. She knows you're unlikely to search through her seasonal clothing thoroughly. Place 4. On her phone, but hidden in folders, churn apps. Modern cheating wives have become masters of digital deception, using technology in sophisticated ways to hide evidence right on devices you see every day. The phone becomes a portable command center for managing her secret life while maintaining complete plausible deniability. Contact name manipulation is the foundation of phone-based deception. Her affair partner, John, becomes Jenny in her contacts list, or gets listed under a fake business name like Dr. Smith or State Farm Insurance. This allows her to receive calls and texts that appear completely innocent, even if you see them directly. Calculator apps that appear completely normal, but actually function as secret galleries hiding photos, videos, and messages that would destroy your marriage. These apps look like innocent utilities, but contain entire archives of her secret relationship, accessible only with special passwords or gestures you'd never discover accidentally. Private photo storage gets disguised as innocent utility apps. What looks like a weather app or note-taking program actually contains intimate photos, romantic messages, or documentation of her affair that remains invisible unless you know exactly what to look for and how to access it. Dating and messaging apps get buried deep in folders with misleading names, disguised with different icons that make them appear to be work-related software, or hidden among dozens of legitimate apps where they blend in perfectly with normal phone contents. Specialized messaging applications that automatically delete conversations after reading ensure that even if you examined her phone directly, you'd find no trace of ongoing conversations. The evidence exists only temporarily before disappearing completely, leaving no digital footprint. Cloud storage accounts become invisible, archives accessible through innocent-looking applications. What appears to be a productivity app actually provides access to entire libraries of photos, documents, and communications stored safely away from any device you might examine. Place 5. In the bathroom. The bathroom becomes a sanctuary where most men rarely examine details thoroughly, creating ideal conditions for evidence concealment among the dozens of products and personal items that naturally belong in this private space. Evidence hides strategically behind rows of skincare bottles, makeup containers, hair products, and toiletries where you'd never think to look carefully. Small but incriminating items disappear among the visual clutter of feminine beauty routines that most husbands pay no attention to whatsoever. Medicine cabinets become treasure troves for concealment because they contain items you'd never examine closely. Birth control pills she's hiding from you, jewelry stored in prescription bottles, love notes folded small and tucked behind legitimate medications, or business cards hidden among first aid supplies. Shower caddies, toiletry bags, and beauty product organizers provide perfect concealment for small items that would be catastrophic if discovered anywhere else in the house. The intimate nature of bathroom items creates natural privacy barriers that she exploits for evidence storage. Makeup organizers with multiple compartments allow for sophisticated concealment systems where evidence gets stored among legitimate beauty products in ways that make accidental discovery nearly impossible unless you are specifically searching with full knowledge of what to look for. Even feminine hygiene product boxes become hiding places because they represent areas most men instinctively avoid examining or touching, creating psychological barriers that she uses to her advantage for storing items that need to remain completely concealed. Place 6. In plain sight as innocent items. The most psychologically sophisticated hiding strategy involves concealing evidence as completely everyday objects you encounter regularly, but never examine closely enough to discover their true purpose or contents. Jewelry boxes develop secret compartments or false bottoms where new pieces from her lover get stored among items you see regularly, but wouldn't study carefully enough to notice additions or changes. Expensive gifts hide among familiar pieces, or meaningful items get concealed in sections you never examine. Books become hollow storage containers, with pages carefully cut out to create hiding spaces for letters, photos, jewelry, or documents that would be impossible to explain if discovered. She chooses books you'd never read or examine, creating perfect concealment among intellectual camouflage. Work papers, scattered strategically on desks or in home office areas, are actually printed emails, romantic letters, business cards, or documentation of her affair disguised as legitimate professional materials that you'd never examine closely enough to recognize their true nature. Photo frames throughout the house contain pictures that aren't what they appear to be. Photos of her affair partner, disguised as work colleagues or friends, romantic images that look like innocent social photos, or meaningful pictures that tell the story of her secret relationship while appearing completely normal. Decorative boxes, containers, and storage items throughout the house serve dual purposes. They appear to contain legitimate personal belongings, while actually storing evidence among everyday items where discovery would be extremely unlikely without specific searching. Place 7. With her friends. The ultimate hiding location transcends your home entirely. Trusted friends become active accomplices who provide storage services, alibis, and concealment systems that make evidence discovery nearly impossible because the most incriminating materials exist in places you'd never think to look or couldn't access, even if you suspected their existence. Close female friends hold gifts she absolutely cannot bring home: expensive jewelry, clothing, romantic items, or anything that would be impossible to explain if you discovered it. These items stay at her friend's house until she can figure out explanations, or simply remain there permanently as proof of her secret relationship. Her affair partner's presents get stored at friends' houses indefinitely. Flowers, romantic gifts, intimate items, or expensive purchases that would immediately reveal the affair if brought into your shared home. Friends become willing storage facilities for evidence that needs to exist somewhere but cannot exist where you might find it. Extra phones, devices, or communication equipment stay with trusted friends who understand their role in maintaining the deception. Backup phones, chargers, computers, or anything that would reveal her secret communication channels remain safely away from your home and awareness. Love letters, photos, and romantic documentation get archived at friends' houses where they're completely safe from discovery but remain accessible when she wants to revisit them. Entire libraries of evidence exist in locations you'd never suspect or couldn't access even with full knowledge. Friends provide more than just storage. They offer active deception support by creating alibis, providing cover stories, and maintaining the complex web of lies necessary to sustain a long-term affair. They become partners in the deception rather than passive storage providers. Some friends even facilitate the affair directly by hosting meetings, providing locations for encounters, or serving as intermediaries for communication and planning. Their homes become command centers for affair management that operate completely outside your awareness or access.